How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to a new Consciousness Awake video. I hope you're doing good, sending positive energy to you wherever you are around this earth reality construct. In this video, I was driving around earlier today doing some jobs and stuff, and kind of got motivated or inspired to want to talk about this particular thing. So here we go. So in this video, I want to talk about seeing, not just seeing or noticing your etheric energy body layer with your physical eyes. Of course, I've made videos about this before, but this video is a little different. This video is more important, actually. I'm trying to tell you something that can really assist you and help you with your astral projection practice, or just everything in general that has to do with this topic, with the topic of astral projection. So I've talked before about how you can, look at your hand, and there's other people who probably have other videos talking about how you can see your etheric energy outline, that energetic outline, around the fingers when you stare at your hand. Many people have talked about this stuff, and I just want to briefly just explain that for people who are maybe new to that. So if you are interested in trying to see your own etheric energy layer that's around your physical body, okay, one really good, easy technique to do that is to be in a room with a decent amount of natural light. If you don't have access to natural light, then synthetic light will have to do, apparently. But if the preferred thing is some sunlight, starlight coming in through the window or whatnot, and you can try this technique on a white wall background, light color background, plain wall, no pictures, no flowers, nothing, just a plain surface. You can also try it on a dark brownish, dark grayish / black, or dark green, like a forest green or something like that. Like I mentioned, dark brown. So you can have some darker color too, because for some people, sometimes what works better for them is that they can see their etheric body outline on a darker surface in the background, as opposed to the white or light color surface. For me, both can work. What do I prefer? What have I used more in the past? More of a whitish kind of plain wall. But go either way. You might find that the dark brown wall or plain surface works better for you. So what you want to do is you want to just take your hand and spread your fingertips at least 1 inch apart. Don't have them too close together. Just like spread them out. All right. Not to the point of where it's uncomfortable, but as you can see, I'm just naturally spreading my fingers apart, and they're at least about 1 inch apart. And then put your hand in front of that plain surface that we just discussed, and then look at your hand, and as you're doing this, just start to relax a little bit, take in a deep inhale through your nose, nice and slow, deep. Hold the air in your lungs, and then release the air out of your lungs very slowly. Start relaxing. Also start relaxing your eyes, your physical eyes. Get them lazy, not sleepy, just lazy. Also, what helps to create kind of a lazy eye stare is to take fingertips and rub or massage or push down on that on your third eye, right there. Boom. Just rub it, massage it, maybe take some more breaths, rub your forehead right there, and eventually you'll kind of get this lazy-eyed kind of stare going, okay? And so the trick to it is to look at your hand in front of you, but don't focus all of your attention on just your hand. Focus half of your attention on your hand, other half on the spaces between your fingers and around your hand, the air, right? So with that lazy eye stare, you just take everything in all at once, and then after a few seconds, start to focus more of your physical eyesight on the space in between your finger. And once you start staring right about here, you'll start to notice this like etheric energy outline, and within that outline it kind of looks, grayish or whatnot, kind of smoky, or people can describe it different ways, but you see this shadowy kind of substance, right? And what you'll see is this outline that goes around this finger, and an outline that goes around this finger. Now, here is what I want to tell you. This is the whole purpose of this video. Now, when I was 14 or 15 years old, so that was about 1994 or 1995, I was sitting in my room, and behind me, behind my chair, was a plain white wall, and there was a huge mirror that was in front of me, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5 feet in front of me or something like that. And what I was doing was I was sitting there and I was doing like energy ball work, right? I heard about it, just like, someone was talking about something, and it stuck in my head, right? And I was, trying to create an etheric energy ball within my hand. And I was trying to grow the ball, shrink down the ball, compress down, and I started to feel like the energetic aspects of this energy ball I was making. And I was like, wow, I can feel that. That's crazy. And then what I did was I kind of looked over at the mirror, and I remember I had an itch on the back of my head. And I took my right hand, and I went back here to kind of scratch my head a little bit. And as I went scratched it, and I went like this, I noticed how there was an interaction, a little vortex of etheric energy spiraled out from the top of my head, going out like this, and it followed the etheric energy of my palm area or whatever, my right hand. So as I scratched and lifted my hand up, I noticed how my etheric energy stretched out, but as it stretched, it kind of looked like a little spiral, little vortex, and it went out, and it's almost like my hand and the top of my head created like an energetic connection, right? And then I was like, whoa, what was that, right? So then I started experimenting with it. And I remember telling, I think my brother or, somebody, and they thought I was nuts, right? But I would just sit there, and then I was like, of course, this was after doing the energy ball work and kind of putting some attention on the etheric energy body, right? And then I was just modulating my etheric energy with my hand. I was pulling it out. I could see how I could pull that energy, how you could manipulate it, how you could modulate it. So now going back to the fingers, and you're seeing during those the techniques to see your etheric energy on your fingers, hands, as we were talking about, you see that outline here on this finger, and then on this finger down here you see that outline. You can do the same thing. You can put some intention, little willpower, and just with your physical eyes, you can watch how you can create a little energetic connection, or a little spiral, little vortex of etheric energy to connect from this finger to this finger. And then you can kind of do that too with your finger, kind of move them around a little bit, and you can see how the energies from each finger are connecting together. It's almost like they're binding together and then like kind of like stretching, binding and stretching. It's very, very cool, very interesting. And so when uh, a lot of you guys are into the astral projection practice. Not all of you are. I'm sure a lot of you are. And I hope most of you understand by now that, an active, energetic, etheric energy layer or body is really a big component to your astral projection practice, and in, shifting consciousness into your astral. Because, of course, the whole point of astral projection is to really ultimately shift consciousness awareness into not the etheric body, not the first body, but into these higher planes in the astral structure where you can access more and observe and experiment and learn for yourself something closer, things that are closer to pure truth, more closer to pure truth of the larger reality system, learning it through your own consciousness, more closer to pure truth than, all of the books and religious organizations and magical orders and this Kabbalah and all the hermeticisms. There's all this stuff, right? All of this stuff. There are some simple truths, or some truths, and scattered around with everything, but ultimately none of it is pure truth, and it's definitely not close enough to pure truth of the larger reality system and how consciousness works and operates. So the only way to really find something closer to pure truth, if you're actually seeking that, is through your own consciousness shifting experiences. That is a 100% true. I mean, there's no way around that. There's no other way. And that's why I do my channel, right? I want to motivate you guys. I want to inspire you guys. I want to share my own experience. I want to, I want to let you know, like, hey, if you're trying to figure out reality or your afterlife or what you really are, or what your soul is, or what consciousness is, that's where you start. You start with an astral projection practice. That's where it all starts. Of course, you will do a astral projection practice, and then new questions will arise and things will pop up, and you just have to deal with those things and move past those things, roll with the punches, etc. But regardless, I think you get what I'm saying. So going back to modulating your etheric energy, like I was describing, and actually even with your physical eyes, seeing how you can manipulate your own energy and make those little vortexes and connect the fingers to energetically, all that stuff. All of those things are great ways to exercise your etheric energy body. And what you're doing, the more you do this kind of stuff, the more in tune you become with it, the more you practice it, the more receptive your etheric layer will be to your consciousness. So then that helps you with, when you're meditating or when you're doing your astral projection practices. That's exactly what I'm trying to express, and it does help. I remember when I was doing that, what I described way back when I was 14, 15 years old, and doing the energy ball thing, and then noticing how I can modulate the etheric energy body with my hand on top of my head and all that stuff. Like, when I realized that, it was like immediately within a few days. I remember for like a straight month or two, maybe it could have even been like 3 months, but I was just like having a lot of spontaneous out of body experiences that I wasn't even trying to have. So after that, I was like, whoa, yeah, it is important. It is important to a recognize the significance of your other bodies and how they are connected to everything. And two, most importantly, is to be aware of these bodies and to exercise these bodies. And the only way to truly exercise those bodies, other bodies besides your physical body, is three. What is that? It's consciousness shifting and actually using those bodies. That's what's important. I'm going to leave the video here at 15 minutes. I want you guys to have a positive night, sending lots of good energy. I will talk to you very, very soon. Peace. Bye.